This diagram, you can see there's a couple different visuals in the scene. One is a clock, and the clock basically represents the sort of infinitely repeating circle of notes, and this is going sequentially from C to C sharp, D flat, to D sharp, E flat, to E, to F, and so on. And the numbers of numbered notes correlate with it. So C is always 1, C sharp, D flat is always 2, 3 is D, 4 is D sharp, E flat, 5 is E, 6 is F, 7 is F sharp, G flat, 8 is always G, 9 is G sharp, A flat, 10 is always A, 11 is A sharp, B flat, and 12 is always B. So when it comes to the circle of fifths, it always means that the fifth is 7 above the starting point. So if you count 7 half steps in traditional notation, you start on the C and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you would end up going from C to G. If you use the numbers, it makes it easy because you can just simply add the interval to whatever number you're starting on. And an important part of numbered notes is that the number and to letter correlation is always the same. C is always 1, C sharp, D flat is always 2, 3 is always D, and they're set. And that way you can tell the distance from one note to another by looking at by solving it numerically. So in terms of a perfect fifth is plus 7 half steps. So starting on 1, if you just add 7, you can immediately go to 8. If you do it by letters, you can count them through, and you can make your way over counting the notes in a traditionally lettered convention. So that really works on any starting point. I could start on 3 and go, or D, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And A is the perfect fifth of D, meaning that it's 7 half steps above it. Okay, so again, the idea of being able to count your way around and use those intervals is very helpful, especially when you think of it in numerical form. If you're looking over here at the traditional circle of fifths, it starts on C, and it goes up 8 or 7 half steps to G, and you can see the numbers underneath sort of showing you the pattern there. 8 goes up, 8 plus 7 would be 15. 15 minus 12 would be 3, and that's why this is 3. So it's just like counting around a clock. So you can see if you start on the 8 and you go around 7 half steps, you start here and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there you are on D. Okay, so it's really the same thing. The circle of fifths is a progression from one note to its relative fifth above it or below it. So in this case, you can go from C to G, G to D, D to A, and again, you can see the numbers underneath and see that they are in fact 7 apart. And that pattern goes around, and you can use the circle of fifths for a variety of things. You can use it for changing from one key to another. You can use it for other music theory topics. But in general, the fundamental aspect of it is that it's 7, the fifth is 7 intervals above whatever note you're starting on. Okay, hope that helps. Thanks, bye.